Trev's Hockey Show. I'm the Trev. It's too sweet. Anyway, continuing with my playoff predictions. And we're at a point now where I can make your Eastern Conference semifinals predictions, as the Eastern Conference is the only one that's completely matched up to this point. We still have 2 Game 7s in the West, so the Western Conference semifinals predictions, well, they're going to have to wait until the other Game 7s are done. But we can at least do the East. And judging on how my predictions compared to my wife's predictions, if you remember the last video with the quarterfinals predictions, how that went, it's not going to be a good year for me. I mean, thank goodness we're not betting on this one, but in retrospect, for her sake, maybe we should have. But either way, we're going to go over my predictions from the quarterfinals. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the series that I've finished up, and then I'm going to give you my predictions for the semifinals. So, with all that, let's talk about it. So if you want to take the time to go back, watch my quarterfinals predictions videos, feel free to check that out. If not, just keep following along with me. We'll talk about everything I predicted and where I think I went wrong. All right, so starting off with Toronto, Ottawa. The ghost of the first round. For the second time in how many years the Maple Leafs have actually exited the first round on a winning note. Surprise, surprise, right? But for Ottawa, I mean, that's got to be a little heartbreaking. I mean, they took them all the way to 6. Could have took them to 7 if they managed to keep the scoring down. I mean, aside from games 2, 3, and 4, which all went to overtime, Game 1 was a Maple Leafs blowout. Game 5 was a Senators win, with Game 6 being another Maple Leafs win. Meh. But, I mean, the Senators played like they wanted it. I mean, Brady was doing what he could. Stützle was doing what he could. Giroux was even contributing. I mean, there's your top 3-point leaders on that team with 7, 5, and 5. But without defense, without anybody helping Ullmark in the zone, you're not going to get anywhere. And that's why Toronto won in 6. Now, remember, I picked Ottawa in 7. I was wrong. But the wife picked Toronto in 6, and she was right. Complete with the game numbers. So, extra points for her on that one. Tampa, Florida. See, maybe it's just me. Maybe I just need to stop thinking about who's going to be the upset. Who's going to do the upsetting. Because, I mean, when it's caught and dry and, when it's right in front of you, you have to kind of go with real, right? I mean, real should recognize real. And I thought Tampa stood a chance, but no. Florida went complete beast mode on them, literally and physically. I mean, aside from Game 3, the scoring was all Florida. The hitting was all Florida. It was all Panthers. Like I said, they went beast mode, and they let Tampa feel it. Oh, this battle of Florida, it was intense. So Gensel, Goncalves, and Kucherov were your top point scorers for Tampa with 6, 4, and 4, but yeah, no, the Tampa was, again, I think they were just in over their heads, but they at least showed up. That's better than nothing. Now this prediction is one where both the wife and I got it wrong. I picked Tampa in 6, she picked Tampa in 5. It was Florida in 5, so I mean, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. Caps and Canadians. Now this was a great series. Oh, I loved it. I mean, when's the last time you saw a bench clearing brawl with 2 dudes actually going back into, I don't know if you want to call it fight it out, but it looked more like they were wrestling it out. But, oh, fun series all the same. And I thought it was going to be a closely contested series with Game 1 going to overtime, but no, other than Game 3, it was all Washington. So for the Canadians, it was Lane Hutson, Cole Caulfield, and Ivan Demidov who were all your point leaders with 5, 4, and 2. Although Demidov and the rest of the team were all tied at 2. Well, at least the rest of the team that scored points anyway. But between Ovi, Wilson, and Strome, the Canadians didn't have a chance. I mean, I'm sure they were just happy to be there. But either way, they made a good run of it while they could. So I picked the Caps in 4. The wife picked the Caps in 5. So she got this one right with the game number as well. So, her predictions, so much better than mine. It's that she's calling game numbers specific too. At this point, I'm 1 for 3. She's 2 for 3. Yeah, no, she's got a thing. She's got a knack for being able to call the game numbers. So, good on her. I should take her to Vegas. Carolina and New Jersey. Now this one wasn't even close. I mean, despite the fact that there were 2 games in this series that went to double overtime, one would have thought, oh, it would be a hot contested thing. No. And granted, both teams split the 2 OT games. I mean, Jersey won Game 3, Carolina won the deciding Game 5. There was a huge goal difference, and there was no quit in the Hurricanes. I mean, the Devils make the comeback, or at least put something forward to give themselves a competitive edge. Carolina shut it down. I mean, with a goal differential of 19-11 in favor of Carolina, it's a wonder how anybody on New Jersey actually managed to come forward and put some points in. I mean, Heischer, Meyer, and Bratt are your top 3 in Jersey with 4, 4, and 3. But it could have easily been 1, 1, 1, and no one would have been any the wiser, right? But poor Markstrom, no defense in front of him at all. So hopefully, during the offseason, Jersey can address that need. Now, in terms of predictions, the wife called Carolina in 7. I called Jersey in 6. So Carolina won, just not in 7. So this brings the wife's predictions to 3 for 4 and mine to 1 for 4. I did terrible in the quarterfinals. So hopefully the semifinals go a little better for me. But with all that said, let's talk about the semifinal matchups. Starting off with Toronto versus Florida. Now, I'm not going to lie. On paper, and even just by looking at it as is, this is going to be a banger of a series. Somebody might get hurt. Florida wins this series if they shut down the core, if they can skate circles around the defense, and if they can remember how Stolarz is as a goalie. Because you got to remember, Stolarz was the backup last year when Florida won the Cup. If Reinhart, Tkachuk, Bennett, Barkov, and Marchand can keep contributing offensively, then it shouldn't be an issue at all. If defense can stay defensive and not get suspended, Ekblad, they could take Toronto up quite easily. Toronto wins if they can match body for body, hit for hit, pound for pound, and let the core do their thing. Let Nylander keep producing. I mean, he's got 9 points in 6 games. Let Marner do his thing. He's got 8 points. Let Matthews do his thing. He's got 7. Let Tavares do his thing. He's got 5. If the offense can keep offensing, if Stolarz can keep everything, and I guarantee you Florida's going to shoot a lot at him. If he can manage to keep everything, or a good chunk of what shot at him out, Toronto stands a chance. But the biggest problem with Toronto is always defense. Always. So this one should be interesting. Now, as far as predictions goes, well, I'm already set in my mind Florida in 6. And the wife is set in her mind Florida in 7. Yeah, I totally expect this series to go either 6 or 7. But it'll be a fun series. And like I said, somebody might get hurt. But that's the nature of the playoffs, right? You play hurt or you don't play. I mean, just ask Victor Hedman. He played with a broken foot. But either way, whoever comes out of this series, I don't think they come out the same. Meaning they're going to come out in a different mentality, a different mindset, and they might not be happy about it. So moving on to Washington, Carolina. So with Carolina, it should be simple. Let Aho, Svechnikov, and Jarvis do their thing without having to run into Tom Wilson. And I think Tom Wilson is going to make all the difference, whether for bad or for good. Everything's going to rely or rest on what Tom Wilson does. Aho has 8 points, Svechnikov has 6, Jarvis has 5. But you look at even guys like Martinuk or Slavin or Stankoven even. There's no reason to think that just outside those 6 alone that they'll be all shut down at the same time. I mean, Thompson's good, but I don't think he's good enough to shut down at least 6 potential threats in Carolina. So for Washington, again, they win if Strome, Wilson, and Ovi keep doing what Strome, Wilson, and Ovi are doing. I mean, Strome leads the team with 9 points. McMichael and Bolivier both have 5, but Wilson also has 5, as does Ovi. So, I mean, outside that, Mangiapane and Dubois, they'll definitely help contribute offensively. I guarantee it. Defense, Well, defense is always subjective at best, but I mean, Chikrin's making the most out of a good thing, right? And in net, Thompson, yeah, Thompson's good. Whether or not he can keep everything Carolina throws out at him, that's another question, but I don't expect this to be a series for anybody, least of all Washington. Now, the wife and I, we're in similar minds on this one. We both called Washington in 6. Will it be a high-scoring 6? Probably. I mean, if Ovi is still opening and closing the games like he did in Montreal, that could set the pace for everything. But really hard to say. Either way, I think it's a sure thing that it'll be Washington in 6. Don't take my picks to Vegas, though. So let me know your predictions for the Eastern Conference semifinals. Let me know where you think I'm out to lunch. Let me know if you think I'm spot on. Either way, feel free to comment. So that's another one of them Trev's hockey shows. I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you've tuned in to this point. If you've made it to this point, hey, congrats. You've made it to the end. I'm very thankful you're here, though. I really am. I mean, we're doing great numbers thanks to the playoffs and thanks to me being pretty much consecutively busy every day since the regular season ended. But for everybody that's jumped on to help boost this subscriber count, get us closer to 500 by the end of the year, I want to thank you all very much. I truly do appreciate you guys too coming along for the ride. I hope I can keep you entertained. But either way, if you're here, if you've made to this point, if you're digging what I'm doing, if you just want to say, hey, give me a thumbs up. Trust me, it goes a long way. It helps this channel out a lot. So let's keep this rolling. If you want that red button that says subscribe all over it, come on. If you haven't done so already, you know you want to hit it. I know you want to hit it. The algorithm knows you want to hit it. So let's do it up. I mean, like I just finished saying, we're pushing for 500 by the end of the year. We're over 310 now. So we're making good progress. So let's keep that sub count going up. It'll make you feel good. If you want, that link in my description below, that'll take you to my Facebook page. Feel free to join that. I'm posting a lot more on there. It's free to join. I'd love to build the audience there like I've built the audience here. So if we can make that happy, or maybe make that happen, that would make this guy happy. But either way, moving forward, as far as prediction videos is concerned, like I said, we're waiting on 2 Game 7s, and they're both in the West. Half the West is set. The other half is not. And the other half will be the most interesting one, I think. But either way, in the meantime, and in between time, be looking for videos from Trev. Later.